Trying to hit that $5,000 top prize at No House Advantage. Pete McCarthy here for Stokastic DFS. Hey, give us a like, subscribe, keep up with all of our shows. We've got DFS offers, giveaways. Once you do subscribe, hit that notification button. That's going to give you alerts when our shows go live. Remember, our show is also available in podcast form, so you can listen in the car, keep up on what's happening. So check that out as well on your platform of choice. So the pick'em contest and No House Advantage tonight. We got the $10,000 slam dunk, $10 entry. So down a little bit from still $5,000 to first place, 1,200 total entrants. I think it came relatively close to filling last night, but we typically see overlay, and that's the best part of No House Advantage and playing in these contests. So always, as I say, check, about 30 minutes prior to lock. Maybe it filled up a little bit more yesterday because the lock, or at least the start of the contest, is a little bit later. It's 7:30 Eastern yesterday. It's back up to 7 o'clock Eastern tonight. So check that out. Fun NBA slate tonight. We got 6 games in all. 3 matchups I think are really good, right? You got the Celtics and the Nets, the Bucks and the Heat, Cavs, Blazers. You also have Mavericks, Lakers, if you want to see your star power there with Luka Doncic taking on LeBron James if he is on the floor tonight. So a couple things to look at there. All right, let's get to some picks for you. We'll start with Joel Embiid. The Sixers not in one of those big games. They're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The line on Embiid is very low here. We're looking at 26.5 points. Their projections at Stokastic have him for over 32 points tonight. Really, the only question is, how many minutes do the Sixers need Joel Embiid to play to handle the Thunder? We could look at last game. Embiid came back from injury. He only played 23 minutes against the Pistons. It was a 31-point rout. But Embiid still managed to score 36 points in that time. So, look, the blowout's really the only thing that's limiting his playing time or slowing him down of late. You look overall, over Embiid's last 15 games, he has scored at least 27 points, which is the line to get to tonight, in 13 of those 15 games. The exceptions are a 16-point night in a blowout against the Thunder. So that's the potential that you run into again tonight. And also 22 points in another blowout of the Pistons. But otherwise, the dude has been on a roll. Don't really expect that to stop tonight. Again, the only thing that could really slow him down is if he doesn't score a bunch of points in that first quarter, and it's James Harden doing all of the scoring, and then Embiid gets popped from the game and doesn't have to play the full 30 minutes. But I think the most likely scenario is we're getting to those 27 points for Joel Embiid tonight. No House Advantage, if you haven't played there's a couple of different ways to play. Playing the pick'em contest, as we're talking about here, that's going to give you the best chance to hit big, right? $5,000 first place prize in the main contest for NBA tonight. You got to beat out 1,199 other people, or at least entry spots. And as I talked about, it typically doesn't fill, which means there's often more money going out to the players than to No House Advantage. So that's always a good way to try to raise up your bankroll. It's going to be, once in a while you hit big, and then you're going to have some losing nights along the way. But that's kind of the way it goes if you're going to play for the big stuff. You can also play the props versus the house. That's going to be, you can take 2 of them together and try to hit for 2.5 times your entry, or you can put 5 different selections together and hit for up to 20 times your entry, and you can mix in different sports as well. We make it super simple for you, no matter how you want to play over at Stokastic.com. We've got free projections for No House Advantage. They're laid out very conveniently, so if you want to play versus the house, you're going to see the exact percentage chance that a stat has of going the way you want it to go. You can also look at the pick'em contest and see our projections that will change during the day, because as we know, there's going to be some load management around the NBA, and these projections will change throughout the day. But the pick'em contest, they stay the same all day, so you definitely want to keep up on it throughout the day and then put in some good lineups at the end of it. Also, No House Advantage, be sure to take advantage. You can sign up using the link below, and if you deposit $100, they're going to match that $100. So $200 to play with in your account, the kind of thing that you always want to use when you have those kinds of promotions available to you. All right, next pick, LaMelo Ball, 3.5 3-pointers. What I love about LaMelo this year is he's been so rock solid consistent. He has scored, I think it was between 21 and 31 points in almost all the games he's played since coming back from injuries. We're looking at about a month's worth of games. He missed that window once. And if we're looking at the three-point line, I mean, asking a guy to get to 4 3-pointers in a game is no small task. We have this a 78% chance on the over, but LaMelo has been consistent from deep as well. He has scored at least triples in 12 of 15 games. That's, since coming back from injury. And he's had at least 2 triples in every single game in that time. So even when he's not reaching the number, which is what we care about, but, there's still a floor that is relatively close to the 4 3-pointers we're looking to get to here. He has consistently been getting over this number, so one feel pretty comfortable with tonight. If you do play DFS as well as play on No House Advantage, be sure to check out our lineup generator over at Stokastic.com. This is going to make it super easy for you to build lineups for the kind of contest that you're in. If you want super value and the highest projected lineup, you could build a bunch of those, throw them in the cash games that you're playing. Or if you're playing at a GPP, you want to be a contrarian but not be stupid, right? That's that fine line, and the lineup generator will steer you in the right direction, so you know just how contrarian you're getting versus how much value is in there. And definitely something to utilize. Will save you a lot of time if you're building lineups by hand. You can rip through. If you don't like the lineup, you can use a player swap and swap by salary, projection, or ownership. A lot of different ways to utilize it. I'm still, figuring out everything that it has the ability to do. So it's included when you sign DFS packages at Stokastic.com, but could be a huge help for you playing in those DFS contests. One thing we usually see in No House Advantage, these pick'em contests, they're just some guys that are playing in different roles these days that we can get under on the points plus rebounds plus assists. One of those guys could be DeAnthony Melton of the Sixers. He just knocked out of the starting lineup the other day. This was something that was going to come eventually once Tyrese Maxey was healthy, and now Maxey's off the injury report, so Melton goes to a bench role. So what do you see? His minutes dropped to 17 points last game against the Pistons. So we still have an 18.5 points plus rebounds plus assists on Melton. That's just going to be too steep if his playing time is going to be dropped to this degree. 13.1 is what we project him at, 95% chance at the under. I don't think a blowout over the Thunder would really help Melton get a ton of minutes off the bench, and we kind of saw that last game against the Pistons, which was a Sixers blowout as it was. So I think we can pretty safely get under on DeAnthony Melton. You can look at Victor Oladipo as well, another guy coming off the bench for the Miami Heat. It's just a high number. Oladipo has the ability to score a lot of points, but 30.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. We haven't projected at about 22 points plus rebounds plus assists. Last game, Oladipo, he did score 19 points against the Thunder, but even with that, he still fell shy of the number we'd have to get to tonight. And obviously, a bit more challenging game environment as he deals with the Milwaukee Bucks. And this is by far the lowest over-under of the night at just 218 points expected. So for Oladipo, you're looking at 30.5, pretty big points plus rebounds plus assists number. And as banged up as the Heat are, with Oladipo coming off the bench, it's hard to imagine him getting enough opportunity, especially in that kind of game environment, to get to the number that he needs to. That's what our projections are looking at. So we'll look at this as a 95% chance of hitting that under. And then, again, keep an eye on those projections throughout the day because, look, there are going to be players that get scratched that we can't forecast in the morning here, and the projections will change on our end, but the props that you're playing on, the pick'em contest, they're static. They're staying there the whole day, unlike, say, if you were to play versus the house, where they will change with the news of the day. So you find some really good, we call it value plays or smart plays. Guys are going to get a lot more playing time than what was expected to get over or lose playing time and end up under. Maybe they're not in the starting lineup. You can adjust throughout the night. Our projections do, and we'll steer you in the right direction. So again, Stokastic.com. Find the NBA drop-down free data, and then you see No House Advantage. You can go through all the different ways to utilize our projections over at No House Advantage. Best of luck tonight.